Why did you choose to come to Russia? You know, I learned Russian. My wife is Russian. I lived here. You spent the last 3 years in Russia. Why did you choose to come to Russia? Or did you like consciously, or did it kind of happen that way? You kind of got into that, but yeah, why did you choose and why did you stay?
I kind of like history just in general. Russia's a very old country and there's, you know, very rich history and culture here, which I had always been interested in. But I came here really because I met a girl and who was Russian, and I had the ability to come and meet her. It happened to go well because I worked online.
Okay.
I was like, I'm just gonna hang out here for a while. I had a visa that allowed me to do that.
Did you come for a visit first and then stay?
Yes, I came for a visit, 10 days I think it was the first time, and then I went back to the US, and then I kind of said, okay, I'm gonna go out there to Russia and live. My plan was a few months and just see what happens.
Right.
And then eventually, you know, got into a relationship and just never left. Been here ever since. So this is really what I consider my home. I, you know, of course visit the US where I'm from, but this is home base. I enjoy and relate to kind of the traditional values here in Russia. I like a lot of the aspects of the culture, just the day-to-day life, people. Russians are really nice people, honestly. They, you know, mind their own business. I actually prefer that. So sometimes, for example, like here, if you get in a taxi or whatever, nobody's ever gonna talk to you. It's just silent. You can, you know, watch something on your phone or talk to somebody, you're just
and not gonna get offended.
Yeah. I go back home to the US and then I sit in an Uber and I have to tell my life story.
Yeah.
Every time. And I'm just like dreading it. I'm just like, can you just like, why? I don't know you, you know, like, why do you want to talk to me about? And that can be nice sometimes. You can make good connections, but I've come to appreciate the way Russians are, where unless you're actually acquaintances or friends or family, they just don't really try to, there's no small talk, there's no, you know, you just going about your business and straightforward. And I've come to appreciate that. That's one small thing. It's a very minor thing.
I can attest to that. Typically, you know, you're in the US and you're sitting next to somebody and it's like almost uncomfortable because nobody's talking.
Yeah, you have to talk about something. Yeah.
And then just, you know, the other night I fly into St. Petersburg. I look at, you know, Yandex Taxi. I'm thinking, okay, I'm choosing one of those options, the taxi, and I'm like, I'll go for the business. It was like 1,040 rubles for like a 20-minute drive. It's like, okay, so I'll try this one. The guy pulls up in his BMW 5, well-dressed. He opens the, you know, takes my luggage, puts it in. We get in, super comfortable. And he's like, do you have any wishes? Like, do you have anything you'd like to request? I'm like, this is nice. Yeah. You know, because I can't afford that necessarily.
Yeah. You feel,
In Germany, they pretty much, you know, don't use Uber and things like that.
It's like a chauffeur. It's literally a guy in a suit and he's asking if you have any wishes. And there's water in the back. And do you want to put on your music? Do you have a specific radio station you want to listen to? Yeah. It's really nice.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those are some of the aspects of why you stay in Russia, and I think that
it all adds up. There's these minor reasons and big reasons, and it all adds up. I like being here. It's comfortable for me as an online business owner, cost effective, and I'm gonna be here.
Yeah. I can see why. You know, coming back again. I'm kind of nostalgic and walking. You know, I lived in St. Petersburg as a young missionary at one time, and I walked these streets many times. And I think everyone's reasoning for a lot of foreigners why they stay is the same, like similar reasons, and they come for different reasons, and then they stay different periods of time. But overall, I think those are some of the aspects, and none of the negative aspects are obviously people don't focus on those, right? You know, I'm doing my own thing. This is convenient and comfortable for me. Obviously, there's the elephant in the room with the political side and the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, and we could talk for hours on that, but we're talking about individual choices and why you go to Russia and how you deal with it.
And I had many experiences where I've needed to talk about any of that. And I personally prefer not to be political and not worry about something that I can't control. And I feel like a lot of Russians are the same way. Of course, everywhere you have people who do focus on those things and want to talk about it and think about it, but I choose not to. And I feel like a lot of people here care less for whatever reason. You know, maybe because of the same mentality, they understand that maybe, you know, they need to live their own life and just take care of themselves. So it hasn't affected me in any way.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel, I guess, like everybody's thinking about it and tense and, you know,
as the media portrays, like this is the main topic of discussion.
Yeah, everybody should be thinking and nervous and worried, and out on the streets, people are just living their lives and doing the best they can. You know, they're born in this country, we're born in whatever country, and we can control what we can control. And I feel like most Russians are just doing their best and minding their own business.
Sure.
I like that.
Sure. Well, Landon, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and talk about some of these topics. I think it's going to be very helpful for a lot of people thinking to come to Russia and stay. So I appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Thanks.